Hey everybody, today's lesson is part 2 on how to write a song on guitar. We're going to pick up where we left off after the first one. And before we get started, remember to like this video and subscribe. I will be posting new videos every week. And here we go. So in the last lesson we showed how to kind of develop a chord progression for a song that you're going to write and some different tips and tricks you can do. So we're going to kind of pick up where we left off, and we're going to base this off of a song that's in the key of E, and we're just going to keep it simple and do 2 chords. It'll be E, A. So and so we're going to base this off of a rhythm that goes something like this. So once you've got the basic chord structure of the song down, it's kind of fun to add, like, instead of just playing straight power chords, although sometimes playing straight power chords sounds super cool and it's exactly what you need, is to kind of add like some different cool phrasings to it. So for example, the first chord is E. So I'm going to play in the E minor pentatonic scale. And then it's going to move to A, and I'm going to continue playing in the E minor pentatonic scale too, because the song's in E. So you can do something like this. And it doesn't have to be exact, it can be pretty loose. And that just kind of gives you an interesting kind of flavor to the song that you might not have if you were just playing straight like. Another cool trick that you can do that I like to do sometimes is to go high-low. So you've got an E here, and then you've got an E here. Put your index finger on the 7th fret of the B string. So E, also an E. And then you can actually keep the A in the same spot if you want, or you can move it to here. So, for example, you could do something like this. And it's the same chords, but it just kind of sounds a little different and mixes it up a little bit. Another cool thing you can do, and I forgot what these are called, but the Adolescents do them a lot in their songs, and there's a lot of other punk bands that do it. So let's say you're playing in E. You can play, these are like 2-note chords. They're like power chords, but you skip the middle string. So I've got my index finger on the A string at the 7th fret, and my ring finger on the 9th fret of the G string. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the D string with my first finger and push down on the A string. So this string, the D string's going. So you're not playing it. And then you're playing the other 2 strings. So this is basically an E, and it sounds really cool. It really will cut through on like a mix if there's an E chord underneath it. So for example, in our example before, we can go. Or you can just go. Since the song's in E, you can just play it over the E. And that'll be used like kind of as a lead over the top of a rhythm part, and it really just kind of cuts through to emphasize those notes. Again, and then if you want to add some fills, like a lot of guitars, like depending on where the vocals are, you might not want to trample on the vocals, but if you're playing like an E, and the vocalist does a line, and then there's maybe a space that you want to add like a fill. Again, if you're in E, you can do the Chuck Berry style bends. And so you can play that Chuck Berry E style bends pretty much anywhere. And stick in the E scale. Or if you're playing an E chord, you can play the E. And then if you move up to an A, you can play the A. So you could do something like and I added like a little slide there to make it sound interesting. And really, anytime you're over any chord, you can play those bends as long as they're matching the chord. So if you're playing a G, you can play a G bend. Or you can play it up here. So again, to summarize, these are just some of the options you have when you're writing a song. The basic framework of how I do it, and everyone kind of does it differently, is I'll get the chord progression that sounds cool to me that I think might be able to write good vocals over, and then I'll work on, instead of playing just power chords, I will try to figure out how I can incorporate some of these scales, like for example the E scale, to add some kind of notey fill type stuff to make it sound a little bit more interesting. But again, sometimes you just want to play like a power chord, like to really emphasize that part of the song. So that's fine too. And then there's a few other tricks you can use to kind of make things stand out, like those two-note adolescent style, and some bends as fills, and then going high-low, just to mix things up. So if you like this video, remember to like it on YouTube and subscribe. I'll be posting new videos every week, and I'll see you guys next time.